Hello and welcome to another episode of Sandy Killer Project. In this episode, we're going to put a idle stopper on my wife's 2023 Honda Passport Trail Sport. This we have already installed in the Honda Civic. It's super easy to do, and I actually have most of the tools I need here. Phillips head screwdriver, the dikes are only to cut, a zip tie, and this box right here has all of my tools for prying stuff up. Alright, so before we get started on this, I do want to make it well aware that I am not in any way associated with Idlestopper. They actually make a tutorial video and it's pretty good too. I want to try and make this one a little bit faster. That's going to be the only advantage of watching this one versus watching theirs. Okay, so when you start your car normally, you power it on, the car starts up, and there is nothing that turns off your idle stop, which is the mechanism that causes you to stop at a red light. So to do it, you have to push this A button down here, and what you see on the screen is in this upper left corner there is an A with a circle on it. That is what does the shut off for the idle stop. What this is going to do is it's going to override that, so you don't have to push this button anymore to make that A come on and go off. It'll just automatically be off. Alright, so getting started, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my metal tool and I'm going to get underneath this little tab that's on the side, and I'm going to pop up the wireless charging pad. Underneath this there is a wire connection that is a push button, and you're going to disconnect that off of the bottom, which you can see it right there. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the two Phillips head screws that sit right here and right here. Those are what are going to keep your center section of this console down if you try to remove the back part. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull back the little louvered opening. We're going to grab into here and we're going to lift this up. Now, don't reach all the way in and grab the whole thing. You just want to grab the outer skin part. The whole thing is part of the mount that locks it in. Once you get this to pop up, you're going to work it all the way around until you get this whole mechanism to come out. Alright, so with this lifted up and out of the way, you don't even have to take it all the way off. We're going to open up the idle stopper box. You're going to need the contents of the bag inside. Alright, so down inside of this hole, there's a connector that goes up along the back. And it has a connector very similar to this one right here, which is the 3-prong one. You're going to use this as a jumper in between. This is where you're going to get your power from. Be careful when sticking your hand down into here to access this stuff. This is all very sharp metal and it will cut you. Alright, so once you have it disconnected, in my case it is a brown and black wire, has a black end. I say that because there are two other different connectors down inside of there. This is the T connector one, has a blade going this way and a blade going horizontally. This one is the one that you're going to need to connect it. I'm not going to show connecting through to it. One side is going to go down into that mechanism, one side is going to go into this mechanism. Then you're going to use a piece of this felt to wrap around it, because these are a little bit longer than the other style ones, and because of that it's exposed, so you're going to wrap that around it. It's got some sticky stuff on it to help it stay protected. Alright, so this is the way the foam wrapped end should look. As I mentioned, this side will be a little bit exposed, so because of that you put the foam rubber on it. This side goes down into the wall, and as I mentioned, you get cut on this all the time. It's super easy. This is very, very sharp. Alright, so once you have the other end of the idle stopper connected, this part right here, it just comes apart. They just ship it that way to make it easier. This right here is your idle stop button. You're going to disconnect this and you're going to wire that other white section through it. Okay, so the idle stopper goes into this connection here, and then it connects through to the original wiring for it there. And then we're going to take this and just make it all neatly look tucked up onto the top. Okay, so a final view before I put this all back in. It does kind of look messy, but I've zip tied the idle stopper mechanism to this and put a little piece of foam on this so it doesn't bounce into the cup holder. You just want this to be up and out of the way so that it's not banging any of the stuff down here, otherwise it'll make a bunch of noise. Obviously you can do this any way that you want to do, whatever way works best. So from this point on, I'm not going to show you how to reinstall it because it goes in exactly the way it came out. I'll show you how it works after this. Alright, so this shot is as wide as I can possibly get it, and the reason why is because I'm trying to show you exactly how this thing works. When I hit the power and start this thing up, this button doesn't need to be pushed now. What will happen is if you watch in that upper left corner, the A will come on automatically in a couple of seconds. There it is. Okay, I have a low key because I'm using my key instead of my wife's key, but as you notice, the A has appeared in the upper left. Now, part of the functionality with this, if you want to turn it back on, you want it to stop at lights, you push this button and the light will go off. So all it does is act like one button push for you at the beginning, so you don't have to hit the start, which to me is great. I've actually driven around with one of these for the last few months on my Honda Civic, and I absolutely love it. It has saved me so much time. I don't like the fact that cars nowadays automatically do this start-stop thing, because of the fact that none of the stuff in this car was designed to originally do that. All right, so as always, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll keep making more content. There's new content coming out all the time, so make sure to stay tuned to our channel. Thanks for watching.